A simple band brake of 600 mm diameter has band passing over it with an angle of contact of 225 degree. While one end is connected to fulcrum, the other end is connected to brake lever at a distance of 400 mm from fulcrum. The brake lever is 1 meter long. The brake is to absorb a power of 15 kilowatt, 720 rpm. Design brake lever of rectangular cross section, assuming depth to be thrice the width, and take allowable stress as 80 MPa. Remember, this allowable stress 80 MPa data is only related to brake lever. And what condition is given? Cross section area is rectangular and depth to be thrice the width. So this condition is particularly given in the question. In this question, the figure is not given, so students need to draw the diagram by reading the given data. So how to draw basic simple band brake diagram? So that we discussed in theory part. First we'll try to draw the diagram and we'll see whether the given data is satisfied with our drawn diagram or not. So simple band brake diagram we'll draw first. And what is the given data? One end of a band is connected to fulcrum. So one end of a band is connected to fulcrum and other end is connected to brake lever at a distance of 400 mm from fulcrum. So other end of a band is also connected to a brake lever from a fulcrum at a distance of 400 mm. So that is also satisfied from the figure. And brake lever is having 1 meter long length. So that is also shown in the figure. And also we have shown angle of contact 225 degrees in a given figure. So our given data is satisfying with what figure we have drawn. Along with effort F is applied on a lever, which is shown. So this figure you need to draw by reading the question. So this is the basic diagram of a simple band brake. Now we'll try to analyze the given question. So what steps to be followed and how to solve this problem. Now you can observe here the power 15 kilowatt and 720 rpm is given. That is the power P and rpm n is given. So using this data you can find a torque value. So once you get a torque value, so using that torque you can find effort to be applied on a lever, that is capital F. So once you get a F value, then you can go for designing a lever or brake drum. So these key steps have shown in blue brackets. So this is the general analysis of this particular problem. So this is how we'll proceed now. First step is to find torque on a drum. So you can find torque equal to 955 into 10 raised to 4 into given power divided by N. So kilowatt means that is a power term and N is in RPM, you have to substitute. So we are getting a torque as 198.96 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. So this torque equation is there in our design data handbook, equation 4.1a, page number 64. Either we use this equation to find the torque, or you can simply apply a general power equation, P equal to 2 pi nt by 60, and you can find the torque. So which is shown in this blue brackets. Second step. So in the given question, coefficient of friction F is not given, whereas in earlier problems they used to give F value. But sometimes if they don't give coefficient of friction F value, then refer table 6.4 in data handbook, that is page number 61, and assume a particular range, that is 0.25 to 0.3. So we'll assume a maximum value, so that is small f equal to 0.3. So this you have to take only if they don't mention built material in the question. So here in this question they have not mentioned any material or f value, so we'll take the small f value equal to 0.3. Now third step, once you got the torque value and coefficient of friction F value, now effort to be applied on a lever, so that we are supposed to find. So you can find this F value in two ways, that is once by taking the rotation in a clockwise and another by taking it as anti-clockwise. So first we'll write the expression for effort to be applied on a lever by taking clockwise rotation of brake drum. So this equation we already derived, so same thing I am copying here from data handbook. And here e raised to f theta, so theta is given, but that theta you have to substitute in terms of radian, so that is why we are multiplying by pi by 180. So substituting all the values, F equal to 117.76 Newton we got, considering clockwise rotation of brake drum. Now next, considering it as counterclockwise rotation, so we again write the expression for effort F for counterclockwise rotation, that is equation 6.93, page number 88. Now again substituting all the values in F equation, we got effort F value equal to 382.48 Newton. So this F value is considered for counterclockwise rotation of brake drum. Now last step is design of lever. In this question for design of lever, particular condition is given, that is depth h is equal to thrice the width, that is h is equal to 3 times b. So this condition is given, and allowable stress for lever is given as 80 MPa. Now how to solve this? How to design a lever? That is, design a lever means you are supposed to find the dimension of cross-sectional area of a lever. So we write the bending moment equation, that is m by I equal to sigma by y equal to E by R. So this many times we have seen this equation, but still you can refer data handbook equation 1.24, page number 2. Now when you go for designing a lever, we will not consider effect of tension T1 and T2. Then effort F on a lever, so that system behaves like now cantilever beam. That lever is fixed at a fulcrum and at the other end F is applied, so that system behaves like a cantilever beam. So now in that case, what is the bending moment? F into length L. Now here F we are considering F max, that is whichever F value is higher we calculated previously for clockwise and counterclockwise rotation. Now whichever is F value is maximum, so that we'll consider for lever design, so that automatically F minimum design will be covered under this. So we'll consider F max value to calculate bending moment M, so that is 382.48 multiply by length of lever 1000, so we got bending moment M equal to 382.48 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm. So this is the bending moment. So once again I would like to tell, while designing a lever we are not considering effect of tension T1 and T2. So then only that lever behaves like a cantilever beam. One end is fixed at fulcrum, and other end is applied by vertical load F. So we got this bending moment M. So next term we require moment of inertia. So since it is a rectangular cross section, general expression I equal to BH cube by 12. But we will use a condition that H is equal to 3 times B. So we'll put that. We got I in terms of 27B raised to 4 by 12. So in case if you don't know moment of inertia expression for rectangular cross section, you can always refer table 1.3 page number 7. Now y equal to h by 2. So here our h is 3b, so that condition is given, so 3b by 2. So putting all these expression in above bending moment equation, so writing bending stress is equal to m by I into y. So substituting all the expressions and equating to ATMPA. So that is our allowable bending stress which is given in the question. So we got width B equal to 14.716 mm, and using condition H is equal to 3 times B, we got depth H equal to 44.15 mm. So these are the dimensions of cross-sectional area of a lever. So this is the meaning of when they ask design a lever in a brake problem. So you need to find dimensions of cross-sectional area. Thank you.